Do you want to improve your writing? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you 5 simple tricks that you can use to immediately improve your writing, whether you're taking an exam or writing for a school paper or just your writing in general. How do you improve your writing? Stay tuned and I'll give you 5 tricks to use immediately. Let's go. Hey guys, what's up? Jesse here from Sweet Academy, helping you to get to the next level in your English and in life. Today, I want to give you 5 simple tricks that you can use today to improve your writing. And these are tricks from before you start the writing process all the way to after you finish actually writing. All of these tips are to improve your writing little by little. By the way, time out. Do you hear the sirens outside? Those are called sirens, by the way. A little vocabulary lesson. Those are called sirens. Can you hear those? So I apologize. But on to the tips. Tip number 1, to really have a well-structured, organized essay, it really comes before you start writing, and that's in the brainstorming process. Brainstorm your writing before you start. That way, you'll have your ideas down. Do you ever run out of ideas? You get one idea or maybe 2, and then you think, what else do I write about? Brainstorming can really help that because you're taking a blank piece of paper, writing down the main idea, the main topic and answer to the question. Usually it's, what's your opinion on something? Do you agree or disagree? Propose an idea for something. They're asking you a specific objective. Write that objective and your response to that objective on the top. Then organize your ideas by paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, or however many paragraphs you have, and then the conclusion. Paragraph 1, the main idea will be XYZ. My support, 1, 2, 3. Paragraph 2, main idea, support, and then conclusion. Another idea, and it goes into tip number 2, are linkers, right? Connectors. Connecting sentences together, but also use linkers in the beginning of each paragraph. So when you start paragraph 2, say something to connect the first paragraph to the second paragraph. Something like another idea that could, right? Or a second option for blah, blah, blah. Or secondly, or next, or some connector to connect the first idea to the second idea, the first paragraph to the second paragraph. So linkers are tip number 2. Connecting tip number 1 and 2 is on your brainstorming paper. A powerful idea is on the side, on the column of your paper, of your brainstorming, your blank paper, write down a list of connectors. So you're writing down like therefore, however, but, also, firstly, secondly, next, and also, how, I already said however. But you know, just brainstorm and think, and everything inside your mind, put it on the paper. That will help you immensely, and you can thank me after you pass your exam. Tip number 3, stick with language that's around your level, right? So it's better to write something well and this language level range than to try to use this language range and write it poorly. Or worse yet, have it be difficult to understand or impossible to understand. Write clearly, right? If you have to use this level language, use that level language, but be clear. That's the main idea of tip number 3. Be clear. Be clear by sticking with your level range primarily. mostly stick with your range of grammar. Make sure your writing is clear. Clear is better than advanced, right? But my tip number 4 is actually going to go opposite of tip number 3. And tip number 4 is attempt in some calculated places, in some special places, attempt a little higher level grammar, a little higher level vocabulary, a little higher level phrasal verbs, right? So by attempting that higher level, you're showing the evaluator that you are trying to improve. And if you do it occasionally, if you do it sometimes in very specific places, it can count for your score and make your score go higher. Just don't do it too much, right? Understand yourself and understand your level. Tip number 5 comes after you finish your writing. So we started our writing with brainstorming and outlining. After is something that we all probably know, but very few of us probably do. And that's proofreading. Proofread your writing, check it, read it again after you write it. Make sure you catch some simple spelling mistakes that you probably missed. Like maybe you want to write the word though, but it's just habit to write GHT on the end. Does that ever happen to you? Do you ever try to write even though, but you write even thought? I know you have. I have too. And when we proofread, we'll be able to catch those mistakes, and that way your evaluator or your teacher doesn't catch them. That's the important part. If you're doing your exam for homework, then a good idea is to read your essay out loud. Because when you read it out loud, you'll be sure to read every word, and you'll be able to catch the simple mistakes that maybe if you read to yourself, yep, it's good, you won't catch, right? So read it out loud, and if you're in an exam, maybe move your mouth. You'll look like a little silly, maybe you'll feel a little silly, but you're not going to feel silly when you pass your exam with a high mark. That's for sure. So these are some tips that will help your writing. I tell my students in my classes all the time, every time I prepare a student for an exam or for writing, I tell them these tips, right? I see the same mistakes. Lack of proofreading, simple mistakes that they know, but simple proofreading, outlining, brainstorming ideas, trying to be clear instead of fancy, and also make that attempt to higher level grammar sometimes. All of this will help improve your writing immensely. I can't even tell you how helpful this has been for students, right? So, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me. I hope these help you. Let me know if you have any tips, any extra tips that you can help other students as they prepare their writing. And if you like this video, subscribe, click the bell so you can be notified every time that we give a free live class. Every Wednesdays and Fridays we have a free live class where I correct students' writing, or I give you some tips or vocabulary training. It's a free lesson every Wednesday and Friday. Click the bell so you won't miss it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.